Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Fortnite videos, unlocking a defender slot in the hero squad here, claiming some of my research. And what I'm going to be doing in this and the next video is actually to be going through some optional quests, slotting in a defender here, just making sure that I have a team that is powerful and up and running for completing these optional quests. And what do I mean by optional quests? I mean non-main quest line. We have the basic quest that we need to complete in order to progress in the game, but I do have other things I want to have completed, and I'm going to be completing those without going into my storm shield defense. So it is something such as the stab and slash and the Bigwig, related to events, to side quests, stuff like that I really want to have done to rake in some rewards before digging into my storm shield defense 4. So that is going to be the next probably 2 videos. I will know more when I'm done going into all of it, but for now here, just gonna be going through a little bit of this stuff here. So digging into the suburbs, into a fight the storm mission. This here is my favorite type of mission, really, to do all sorts of easy paints farming in, set up an atlas here. And what I wanted to try out actually while just having fun was to see if my defenders could protect the atlas without having any defenses around the actual atlas. So by just slotting these 2 kind of newbie defenders up here by the spawn of the husks, can they actually defend the atlas early game enough for me to win the game? We don't have all the crazy mist monsters yet that are going to be coming later on in the game. This is an early power mission, and I'm just experimenting a little with how can I also farm resources in terms of in the future, and also for my main account, could this be a viable way to actually just complete an atlas mission by slotting down a few defenders, not building anything around the atlas at all, and then going away to do my thing. And the reason why I'm upgrading things and giving them walls is because they are also very low powered. If I did this with my main account, I could probably just put 1 defender in there, but for this account, with what I have, the complete starting basic stuff, that is what I'm doing. And I'm going stab and slash 101 with my axe, just chopping down these things here, and it was completely doable. Obviously stonewood, power level 3, so not challenging as such, but the goal for me was just to find out, can my defenders keep this completely newbie base safe without me going pyramid style or anything else about it, just completely casual. And that was completely doable, and I got to do my hacking and my slashing, taking down the husks with an axe with my constructor base Carl that should be using a bat instead or something, but this seemed like a better weapon for me to do this with here. And of course the reward sharing, that this is why also I'm doing these videos here. It is not because I want to go into a great deal of detail about how do you take out monsters with a melee weapon. It is just because if you want to be following this series, and I didn't share this and I had it as a bit of a unique by the side missions, I would have climbed in power by the next mission, and I kind of wanted some degree of transparency in regards to why do I have the things that I have in my account, why do I have the skills, the research, all that kind of stuff, why do I suddenly have an epic survivor, ooh, a legendary dragon's fang that I didn't have before. So going through those things here, just sharing my progression as I move forward into the game, trying to put it into some meaningful chunks. This here, recycling, retirement, and collection, thinking a great deal about whether or not I want to grab it, but I am grabbing it so that I can unlock the healing, and the other option that we're going to be looking into next is super important. And this here, the Bruiser Val, is something I really want. I want to have a legendary melee defender because defenders and melee go pretty well hand in hand for the type of gameplay that I want to be having, and they don't consume ammunition. You don't need to feed them with crazy weapons. You just give them something they can beat things with. Setting up an expedition as well. Expeditions are, in my opinion, completely horrible part of the game, but it is a part of the game. Hopefully it's something they're gonna make it a little bit more meaningful in the future. The base concept is you send your heroes out to do something else, and they will have a chance to come back with resources for you, or survivors, or traps, or the people currency. It is not a very efficient system, but it's in there. Next thing that I did was to go in and complete some of these other optional quests, just getting all the event stuff done because it has been taking a great deal of my focus in my other games. Bashing the fountain, getting the lucky coins to complete that as well. Moving forward, this should mean that I will be completing less of these side quests when I am focusing on completing the main quests. And that was also part of what I wanted to do because things are going to get harder as we move into Plankerton and Cali Valley. So just having the actual missions at hand in terms of telling how I did it and how it can be completed was something I wanted to share, making a walkthrough video. So getting a lot of this extra stuff a little bit out of the way. Again, Stonewood power level 3 mission, so it is nothing hard. I have completed way harder than that already. It's a grind, it's it's easy, and that is actually how I enjoy completing these event quests, because I think the story is very funny. I enjoy listening to all the audio tracks they have put in, like so much really great content. I prefer to do that and enjoy that while not fighting for my life really, but I guess that's also like we probably view things differently, but in order for me to really enjoy this content and the voice lines, I prefer not having a smasher hunting me while blasters are shooting at me and I have a flying ghost trying to eat me at the same time. So that's just my take on it. And here we have Val, a legendary melee defender that I'm gonna be playing with, because she is a reward that you can get with a guarantee in the game if you're playing it now anyway. That is like the way I want to be doing it, grabbing the healing here, and all of these rewards that are more or less guaranteed for players to get, I want to be playing with those, trying to use as little as possible from what I get in the llamas so that I feel others can do around the same. And then one of these side things done, the next thing we're going to be looking into with the main focus is the Bigwig. It is a mission you need to complete over 2 games, because you need to protect a fireworks 2 times in a mission. You can only do it during night, and then you're going to be getting your choice of a legendary weapon in the game, and that is of course something I really want, because the updated dragon roll is beyond amazing. Slotting in my healing gadget so that I can now heal myself during combat as well, and moving forward this can get a range to heal others and you can resurrect people with it. And there we have it, the Bigwig, the big fireworks that we're going to be protecting. The way I did it in this here was just to make a pyramid around it, as I would have done with an atlas. Of course, this time around the shape of the environment didn't really allow for it, but framed it in, put down my base so that the walls would be reflecting damage back, firing it away and just completing the first of these firework clusters, dropping down some pretty good loot, at least if you are needing power cells. And during the early part of the game you don't really feel like you need them because you are getting them as rewards all the time, but as you move forward the power cells can be a really rare thing for you. With the Bigwig part 1 completed, it was of course just setting up the atlas once again, completely pyramid boring style, just putting down the thing, letting it do its own thing, and then going out to farm additional resources. As you can see, I'm not filled on everything, so just going out there while the base is doing its own thing with the now upgraded tier 2 walls, making them much tougher, much more able to just fend for themselves with the help from the base abilities. The rewards coming in here, this time around it was a power 5 mission. I don't really know if you can do this in a power 3 mission, but this was really the map that I wanted, also in terms of the other things I could farm while the atlas was protecting itself. So yeah, that is just why I selected to complete the first part of the Bigwig in the Fight the Storm Stonewood 5 map. Medals coming in there, as you can see, platinum building badge, which of course is because I made these 2 pyramids for the double defenses. I upgraded the walls. I was not holding back on spending resources, let's just be honest about it, but then again I was just having a blast and farming at the same time, raking in a lot of other resources for making traps and weapons. So all good times. And unlocking the support operative slot, a super important milestone in the game that is gonna make us stronger, because we can slot in another supporting hero. Putting in a leader in the scouting party, nudging my survivors, just trying to get as much power really as I feel possible with survivors I have available, trying to see can I already now combine these so that I have a good personality match, or combine them so that I have a good ability match, because even though 5% additional something is very little, it is still 5% more than 0%. So trying to the best of my skills with the survivors I have available, just to nudge things a little bit. I want to be grabbing a legendary survivor from the event store, and I'm going to try to focus on using my survivor experience points on legendaries and epics only, trying not to put too much into the rares and uncommons, because I know it's going to be a matter of not that much time before I'm going to be replacing them with something better. So here we have it now, power level 9 like magic, by moving things around a little bit, nudging them, twisting and turning the gears. And here we have the support slot where we can now put in another hero, and this is a super important thing, because heroes you put in here are going to share part of their stats with your main hero, giving them more health, more shield, more damage, more everything. And like here, an armored ability. This is a glowing military helmet that actually gives our main hero more damage resistance. Every hero has a different perk, which means that you can start slotting things together to get really unique gameplay for yourself. That was what I had to share. I hope you enjoyed. As always guys, thank you very much for watching.